I think that my life story will have potential to go viral. But first, I see wealth engineering. I hear you on this. I hear you loud and clear on this. See, okay, so when I read this, what I see is someone who you're driven to you're driven to succeed, and you've been that way, and you're doing some things for a lot of different reasons. And once you achieve whatever this level, kind of baseline level that you want to, that you aspire to, then you've got plans. You got some things you're gonna do with it. You're not just gonna be sitting back saying just make money, 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 or whatever. You have a life story here. You know, you are embracing this notion of of telling a story that can inspire others. So one thing I'll say for you is when you get time, because you're a grinder, you be grinding. Um, you grinding on this crypto thing, man. So when you get time, maybe little by little, spend 5 or 10 minutes every day, starting at whatever you want, wherever you want. You can call it the beginning. You know, I'm looking for mine. That's backwards over here. Call it the beginning, and start writing your life story. Write it until you get it all out. If you haven't already, get it down. All right. Start there. And because you could very well be bringing into reality, you know, this thing that you have in mind, because you're doing the work now. You grinding on attaining this level of success that you're looking for. You grinding on it. So you got to be ready with your life story part when you get there. You see what I'm saying? So take 5-10 minutes a day and get your story out. It's all in my head. I'm a filmmaker. You know how many times I hear this? And this isn't a shot or anything. This is why I tell people all the time, get it out of your head, especially us, especially our experiences. All right, get it out of your head. This is an amazing, amazing story. But, you know, this is a Spanish word. It's probably pronounced Baracun, but I'm sure that on the block with Jen from Objections, you know, with her being Afro-Latina, she probably knows how to properly pronounce this word. I think this is a Spanish word. But this book, written by Zora Neale Hurston, is a biographical piece. And it's about a story of the last American slave who arrived on the last slave ship that came to America. It talks about his story, and it's an amazing, amazing book. And we would never have this story. It's a biographical, true story, and it's amazing. This is an amazing story. We wouldn't have it if she didn't decide to simply go and interview him over a period of time. I think this is in the 1920s, I want to say. I think it was, I have to double check the dates, 20s, 30s, before he died. We wouldn't have this story. And it's an amazing piece. Someone took the time to actually write it. We're at a day and age right now, like he was illiterate. We're in a day and age right now where we can write our stories. And if you feel like it's an amazing story, one that can inspire people, you got to write it down and get it out of your head. I just had a good friend of mine tell me about her father passed away, and he wanted her to write his story, but he passed away. This is recent, and he has an amazing story. Only he can tell it, and he's no longer here to tell it because he wanted her to write it, his daughter. And you know, she had her own life. She was busy, never got around to it. The passing was unexpected, and so now that story is gone. these stories, and first of all, just to us telling these stories from our own perspective is powerful in its own way and valuable in its own way for a lot of other reasons, but especially in light of what's about to happen with the metaverse. All right, so I'm gonna get off that. So get it out. I'm telling you, start 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Start with just 5 minutes. It's like starting, people who don't necessarily work out all the time. You have to tell them, hey, if you don't do push-ups, start with 5 a day. Get up in the morning, do 5. Do that for a week. Then go to 10. Then go to 15. Then go to 20. You got to get into the routine. And before you know, if you stay in the routine, you're doing 100 push-ups a day. All right, or whatever it is, walking, whatever. You start small. Before you know it, you're doing your thing. But you made it easy on yourself when you started. So that's what I want you to do. Yeah, I put it low so I can talk. I just turn it up a little bit. Okay, because it seems like we're just kind of enjoying it. We're like here just kind of vibing. This is unknown territory for me. I'm going to do a stream about personality types. You guys know, those of you who watch my intro, that my Myers-Briggs, I tell everybody who will listen, I'm an INTJ. You better look that up so you can get some insight on who I am. And one of the things you'll find about INTJs is that we don't believe in just the small talk. We don't deal with small talk. It's just not something INTJs roll with. So if there's a purpose, we all about it. But if there's no purpose, I'm about to say peace. And I would love to just kind of hang out, so you guys have some questions then for sure. But if there's really not anything, then I'm not gonna hold us. All right. At what point in life did you know for sure that you wanted to pursue a career in filmmaking? Right after there was a moment. Now I might talk about it a little bit later and get really deep into it. Won't right now, but there was a moment. It was a single moment. It was a single instant where, as soon as I thought, hey, I can do that in terms of being a filmmaker, I was hit with the conviction that I was going to do it. And from that moment, I was 100% sure. So that's how I'll answer that for now, Ashley.